It was a quiet Sunday morning on the 31st of July in 2022 in Strongsville, Ohio, a suburb of Cleveland, when the silence was broken when a car careened down a road at 100 miles an hour, plowing into a brick building, killing two of the three passengers. In a trial a year later, Judge Nancy Russo said that Mackenzie Shirilla had a mission that she executed with precision. And this is her story. Well, welcome. My name is Sean. This is my true crime, murder, mystery, and myth. Happy Monday. I hope everyone is fresh and awakened today. This is just an interesting story. It's going to be a quick one because there's not really much of a backstory to it, but it's still there. So let's just hope for the best. I do need to address one thing. Somebody said that I'm really slow at doing my sentences. And I'm sorry about that if I talk a little slow. I'm trying to pick up. But everything that I have written down is in a script. And I'm trying to make sure that I'm reading the script and not jumping ahead, things like that. I have ADHD, so it's hard for me to focus sometimes. I apologize. So with that being said, like, share, subscribe if you haven't yet, and let's get on with the story. Mackenzie Shirilla was a 17-year-old girl on the 31st of July, 2022. She was with her boyfriend, Dominic Russo, who was 20, and a friend of theirs, Davian Flanagan, who was 19, when she killed them both by driving into that brick wall. Weeks before the crash, she had threatened to crash her vehicle with them in it, or well, with her boyfriend in it, during an argument. At that time, Dominic called his mom and asked to be picked up. A friend ended up picking them up, and over the phone call with this friend, they allegedly heard Mackenzie say, "I will crash this car right now." And that's all according to court documents. But apparently during the month of July, she had made multiple threats toward him. There's video that was recovered from his phone showing her degrading him and threatening him, and she even damaged some of his property. Well, she carried out her threats out on January 31st, 2022, when she pushed her 2018 Toyota Camry to 100 miles an hour and crashed it into a building at 11792 Alameda Drive. The crash happened around 5:30 a.m. The wreck was not discovered, though, until 6:15, and upon arrival, the police found that both Dominic and Davian were deceased. Mackenzie was trapped in the driver's seat with her fuzzy Prada slipper still stuck to the accelerator. All three of them were pulled from the wreckage, and Mackenzie was flown to Metro Health Medical Center for treatment. Originally, the police thought that she just had lost control of her vehicle, and that was the main problem. But they soon discovered that it wasn't a loss of control, but murder. She was finally arrested on November 4th of 2022. She was charged with 4 counts of murder, 4 counts of felonious assault, 2 counts of aggravated vehicular homicide, drug possession, and possessing criminal tools. They didn't ever pursue any of the charges about driving under the influence, even though her THC THC levels were above Ohio's limits. They also found like magic mushrooms and things like that in the car. Um, with all my research and everything, the one thing I cannot figure out is, since only 2 people were killed, why she was charged with 4 counts of murder and 4 counts of felonious assault. Um, I couldn't find any explanation for that, and it really confuses me. So if somebody actually knows the reason, please leave it in the comments down below, so then I can be educated a little bit. Investigators found data of her car's computer showing that the steering wheel jerked to the right and then to the left before crashing into the building. There was no evidence that she ever applied brakes. Clips on her TikTok was shown to court. One where she claimed that she was one of those girls that could do a bunch of drugs and not die. I have the picture from that. No video. It also showed videos of her out on Halloween after the crash, celebrating at a concert. Her mom testified that before that she had stayed in her room for months crying next to a shrine that she made for Dominic, and that she didn't see any problem with her going out for Halloween because, she had been suffering for so long. It was about time for her to go have some fun. Evidence against her showed that she actually asked police if they could just take her license away for 10 years. And the prosecution showed that this was an obscure route that she had not routinely taken, and that she actually only visited a few days prior to the crash. She traveled down Progress Drive and accelerated, ignoring the T intersection and crashing straight into a building. There's still damage to the building at the time of this video. In the security cam footage, you can see her turning the corner at a normal speed and then gunning it down the road. Here is the video. So she goes around the corner at a normal speed. It switches to the other part of the building. It's really sad to realize that this is the last few moments of 2 of their lives. But this was a key piece of evidence, because it showed her turning the corner at a reasonable speed, and then she just flew down that road. And you could see that she intentionally, if you watch the video closely enough, you can see how she moved a little to the right and then back a little left to avoid trees down there, because she wanted to hit the building and not the trees. The prosecutors portrayed her as a reckless, selfish person who had intended on taking Dominic's life because their relationship was ending. And on August 21st of 2023, it all came to an end. After 4 days of a non-jury trial, Mackenzie was found guilty on all charges. She was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole. She would not be able to get paroled, though, until after 15 years of prison life. She would also have her driver's license suspended for her life. Judge Russo, who is no relation to Dominic, She stated that even if Mackenzie intended to die in the crash, this was not relevant. She went on to say that a failed suicide attempt is not defense for murder. The judge also said that Mackenzie morphed into a responsible driver to literally hell on wheels, as she alone made the decision to take that car and drive it to an obscure route, a route that she only had visited a few days prior, and it's not a route that she took routinely. She also chose a time of day to drive there when she knew that there would be a lot or no people at. Um, and in effect, having no people in that area meant nobody to witness it and no one to offer life saving assistance. Lastly, the judge said that she grappled on whether to give Mackenzie consecutive or concurrent sentences. Consecutive sentences would be served one after another, so 15 years and then 15 years. And the concurrent sentences are served at the same time. And she said that she understood the pain that was in the room and how they wanted her to impose the harshest sentence, but she didn't feel that it would be appropriate. Judge Russo stated that she didn't believe Mackenzie would be out after 15 years anyway. Dominic's mother, Christine, said that Mackenzie going to prison, sorry, Dominic's mother, Christine, said, this is actually quoting her, so that I apologize to that. Mackenzie, going to prison because you did this, be thankful you're alive and have a future. Dom and Davian were robbed of their futures, their hopes, and their dreams. Davian's sister, Davine, said, I feel stuck. I feel lost. I would like to give Mackenzie the longest possible sentence. I have known her for years, and she always takes the easy way out. Dominic's brother also commented and stated that she murdered his brother in cold blood over the thought of losing him. And in doing so, she made Davian collateral damage. Dominic's father said that he didn't want to see Mackenzie spend the rest of her life in prison. He said it's horrible for everyone. I lost my son, and it's harder on our family, but I don't want the rest of her life ruined. It's going to make me feel, or it isn't going to make me feel any better. So that, I mean, as a father, I don't know if I could have said that, but Frank is a better man than I guess. Mackenzie did not testify in the trial, but did want to speak to the court before sentencing. She said, the family of Dominic and Davian, I'm so deeply sorry. I hope one day you can see I would never let this happen or do it on purpose. I wish I could remember what happened. We were all friends. Dom was my soulmate. I wish I could take your pain away. And to my family, I love you so much. During sentencing, Judge Russo also said that there is only one person who is responsible for all this pain of everyone in this courtroom, and that's Mackenzie. Nobody else is responsible. This was about 4 weeks ago when all this happened, and it's a sad situation, and I'm sure it had many different signs that, that it could happen. But no one figured it out. I did find this on the Ohio site if anyone was interested. This is Mackenzie's incarceration record. Let's watch it. See, this it says murder, 2 counts. Then it says when she's eligible for parole. So, you know, it's a sad, I always say it's a sad situation. Everything's a sad situation when it comes to true crime. But she's going to have a long time to think about it and think about what she did and the pain she caused all these people. And I've shown video of her previously in this recording in court, and she's just like do, 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 do. And that's a lot of her demeanor throughout most of the things. So is it that she's just too immature to realize what she did? I mean, she's only, what, 19 now? So is she just that immature that she doesn't realize what she did wrong? I don't know. But I thank you for watching. I hope that this wasn't too quick, but I'm hoping that it will be enjoyable. I mean, considering this happened in the last year, and this is the first I heard about it was like right after she got sentenced. You know, that's the reason I've been doing some current ones recently, because some current ones pop up and it's like, wow, I never heard about that. I will go back to doing some old ones too, which I'll probably do. And then at the end of October, I might do a myth type of thing for the Halloween season. So take care of yourself, love each other, love yourself, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.